Well, hello everybody. A special emergency Leeds United show. Originally, it was supposed to be me and my good man Joe Wainman, but I was speaking to Oscar and I saw the bright lights of Oscar Marriott and I saw the bright old days as well. And I just thought, before the biggest game of the season, I just had to get the lads on. I absolutely had to get the lads on. Obviously, me and Joe are back with Counterpoint. Me and Oscar are back also with the debrief on Tuesday, but I had to get them together. And I'm absolutely buzzing for this one. Yeah, we've just been speaking off air, and I'm sure you guys can roll with us as well. But the reunion is here. It's Joe, it's Oscar, and it feels ever so good. How we doing, lads? All right?
Good, mate. Yeah, really good.
Not bad, mate. Apparently there's a big game this weekend, I heard.
Yeah, there is.
I heard it's something of a decider, is what I heard. A rumour, just a rumour. It was something of a decider this weekend.
Yeah. It feels, but loads of people in the comment section as well. Three Amigos, bigger than the Friends reunion. This, but it's mad, isn't it? We do stuff separately and stuff, but it's absolutely mental that we've not done anything together in a long time, really.
I can't stand you both, me. That's why.
Yeah, I thought so.
Always had that vibe. Off
Yeah, we were just speaking about stuff off air, and last time we did this, really. It's a long time ago on all these TV, wasn't it? A long time ago. It might have been 4 or 5 years. And I was just saying,
the 2020 promotion was last time. I think
Swansea,
last time we were all on together. I think
Swansea when Pablo scored that goal. That's the last.
Not a bad omen, that though, lads.
No, exactly. Well, it's funny you say that. Sorry, to play up to the old Joe vibe of like it's written in the stars and all that. Like,
what do you mean old?
Still do it, yeah. No, but I did think that. when you said, do you know what? The way it's all sort of gone this week, I feel there's a sense of inevitability around it. A little bit. I do a little bit, yeah. So just doing this, I thought, Swansea, last time we got promoted, Southampton on weekend. Yeah, I'll take it. So I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Yeah, it feels like I even remember that Swansea game. I think I was just once again just sat there by myself watching it on a dodgy stream and just going absolutely mental. And at that time, Swansea, I think had like Conor Gallagher, didn't they? And they had an half decent setup there, but we went and just played them off the park. And yeah, it's just unbelievable that I feel like I don't know if I've been. Would you two say, like, since that period? I don't think I've ever been as emotional about Leeds. I don't know. This season's. I don't know about this season. This season, I've definitely felt into it. Of course, I have. But that period of time, I think it's just because we've been in the abyss and the passion, like, from everyone. It was just next level, wasn't it? Like, it just. And I don't know what it is, that visceral. Oh my God, we're back at last. Nearly 2 decades out of it. It just felt a little bit different even then to now. I don't know.
Yeah, certainly for me, mate. I think, I cried when he left, didn't I? Fucking hell, live on YouTube, I cried when Bielsa left, and I've not been back to the ground since. So it's almost like he's sort of
strike
like,
still.
Yeah. The Jesse Marsh put me on strike. That was it, mate. I said, I demand. So.
I'll never forget, we were going to start a Bilbao fan channel when he was linked to the job.
Man, we were ready, weren't we? Me, you,
discussions.
Rocco was game as well. We were all doing it. I was learning Spanish on Duolingo, all that jazz, man. We were there.
Oh, dearie me. God. Yeah, I'm just even thinking of that period as well. Me and Oscar going to Barnsley, but me and Joe.
That Wetherspoons in Barnsley, I'll never forget that.
Me and Joe on the way to Preston as well. It was a mad time. It was a mad 2 years.
I'll tell you a funny story. Preston. I'm just digging Connor out a little bit here. I gave him petrol money and anything. Connor wanted arse on fucking tax. He said, "I'm getting tax." You think you can contribute towards taxing? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I said, give you some petty money. I'm not taxing you on your dad's vehicle or whatever it was, man. Times were hard then. Times were hard.
Times are rough. No YouTube monetization then.
Exactly, mate. Taxing family's vehicle and that to get to Preston.
Oh god, I just remember us
God.
even me and Joe were saying Oscar. I remember when we went to it was like Bar Air in Leeds,
Oh,
and
this one's comes to
and
mind straight away.
we go down with the camera, and we'd be freezing, absolutely freezing. We did Newcastle as well, be absolutely freezing our bollocks off doing these sort of previews and all this sort of stuff. And
Do you remember Villa Derby, the playoff final? We did the all-time hate watching there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And we were like this at the end, and there was some Derby fans in there.
Do you remember that Derby lass afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, and we're all just squeezed on Tasha's sofa, weren't we? And goodness me, yeah.
I've still got them binoculars. They're there.
Are they same ones?
Yeah, same ones, man. Same ones. Yeah.
I've still got some souvenirs from the last promotion, to be fair, that I will be taking to London with me. Hopefully getting use out of as well. Some interesting souvenirs, lads.
Tell us then.
Yeah, go on.
I'm not revealing.
It's not your old Leeds TV dildo, is it? Which you've shown me before.
No.
That's not coming with you.
Everywhere with me, that. But
that's what you sat on. Oh, dearie me. Still remember Connor doing a funny dance on all Leeds tea after winning a game. It was just stress, wasn't it? Just complete stress that period of time. I couldn't enjoy it, Joe. I was always envious of Joe because Joe could really enjoy it. And Oscar, I think you were a bit in the middle of me and Joe, and it was just I could never enjoy it. And I regret that. I regret that. I massively regret that with Bielsa. I could never enjoy the ride because I was so pent up and nervous about us getting back there, and I thought we're gonna screw this up somehow. And that obviously what happened with Derby, and I could never fully get myself into it. And yeah, I wish I'd have enjoyed it a little bit.
This is what Daniel Farker said this season about. Remember when he mentioned these fans, and he said, "Enjoy it because you'll appreciate it more when it comes off. Don't be like I can't remember the wording he used, but
it's almost like this week. It's almost like this weekend. It's like this weekend, Joe, and it's like you look at it and you think, well, if you're looking at it a certain way, you might go, well, Southampton are going to beat us, so I'm probably not going to go to Wembley. But then you think, no, you can't do that. You've got to just go, and you've got to just immerse yourself in it, and it's probably like a little bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like, obviously, I've made the decision to stay home and work, but even seeing everything and that, it's a wild decision, I know, but I've got to pay the bills and all that jazz. But yeah, it's a moment in time that will last with you forever. Do you know what I mean? This is the things you've got to think about. I mean, if we do go up, yeah, they were mad. When I was about 40 stone, had a big massive beard.
That was prime Pookie days, that.
Yeah, man. I looked, mate, do you know when I actually see the pictures now on my Facebook memories, I'm like, who was that guy? Like, but we had fun, obviously, but I'm like, fucking hell, I ain't half had a glow up, I tell you that much, man.
Was Oscar on before you were on? Because I just remember seeing you a lot. Was he? Oscar,
we were about I've joined, I can't remember, I think March 2018, I think I joined, and then Bielsa wasn't really doing videos until Bielsa joined, and then it just kind of just gradually grew from there, lads. As you know,
yeah,
it got better and better. I think what really helped, I think all of us really, was the fact that we started so well under Bielsa. It was such a whoa kind of thing. It wasn't just we won the first couple of games 1-0 or 2-0. The Stoke 3-1. I'll never ever forget that first game under Bielsa in terms of that first half of that game. I think you always go on about that first half of that game. It was like, what are we watching? And then we follow it up with Derby. And I think that really helped us as well in terms of interest. Obviously, if you lads remember, our numbers from Argentina were absolutely insane. I mean, still to be fair, I don't know about you boys, it's still interest from Argentina. But certainly back then it was like, whoa, kind of
I feel like I preferred the Argentinians to the Americans. I have to say that from a personal standpoint. I can't lie. me and Diego Mendoza.
I get that impression.
Do you know what it is, right? The highlight of my summer this year is going to be watching Bielsa's Uruguay dunk on the whole of America. Now, I know there is Americans in the chat, and it's nothing on them. It's just that I feel that when we had Jesse, we had it rammed down our throat so much about how great he was, even though we could see with our own eyes, it was shocking that they're actually going to get to experience Bielsa ball in the summer with Uruguay being in the same group as America. And I genuinely cannot wait for that.
It'd be better
Darwin, lads. Darwin Nunes.
It'd be better if they were in the same. It'd be better if in the same group with Canada, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate. I need it. I need that. We need that. Uruguay, Canada in the quarterfinals.
You were speaking about us earlier on, wasn't he? He was saying
I'd be so nervy in that game, though. The thought of Marsh winning that is just.
Did you see the tweet though? Did you see the tweet? I forgot who did it. Where it said just a few months ago, Jesse said that the worst trainers he ever trained was Crysencio Somerville.
Ademola Lookman.
And Ademola Lookman. Lookman's just scored the first ever hat-trick in a Europa League final, and Somerville's got Player of the Year. And he's like, you just couldn't write this guy. Like, he's mental.
He's a parody, and he's the most irritating person just to listen to, isn't he? Just to listen to, I can't get over him.
When he mocked the whole fucking, what's it called? I couldn't really get into it. The thing on Apple about the coach. What's it called? Ted Lasso. He literally is that, though. That's the worst thing. He tried to mock it and tried to stay away from it, but he literally is Ted Lasso, I believe.
Yeah. No, I mean, going from Bielsa to him wasn't in my plan when at the time I was thinking about Bielsa maybe leaving the club. I didn't think that would be the transition. I was thinking like Gallardo, Iriola, a disciple of Bielsa. What a nice little flag pass on that would have been, but no, went with Jesse Marsh. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a rough time.
Do you regret it, Connor? Do you regret it being so... I'm not saying you had but being so vocal in your criticism of Bielsa? He's not exempt from criticism, but do you regret it now? I know a lot of people did. Like, some people got mocked for saying I'd rather go down with Bielsa and all that, when in hindsight, when we did go down, a lot of people went, do you know what? I think they were right. Do you regret it?
Yeah, I think that it was a period of time, wasn't it? So, like, I mean, at the time, it was very much like, I think we were sort of almost, I was under the impression, and remember, Kinnear went on the square ball and turned round and said, we've offered him all the players. And he's turned round and said, no. And he just wants the old guard. And then we found out afterwards that he wanted the entire team turfed out. And then you're like, oh, hold on. Okay, that's very different to what we understood, really. So obviously we have none of that communication. So at that point, obviously the 4-0 Spurs, I was turning around and I thought, he's just they're not following him anymore. It's too much. They're knackered. We need a fresh impetus. But I genuinely, Joe, believed it would be one of his, like, almost like, do you remember when Fergie recommended Moyes? I know that didn't go well, but I almost thought that it would be an
example.
but I almost thought it'd be like him recommending someone else, and him almost being still there, maybe in the background, but just not taking the team. Maybe that was a bit naive of me, but then I look at Bielsa in the Championship again. Could he have gone again? Could they have gone again with the lack of money we had? I don't know. Maybe not. But what he did with that side was unbelievable. But imagine, then again, you look at, I mean, I was speaking to someone a little bit earlier. If we'd have gone from like Bielsa to Unai Emery, like, would it have been a little bit different? I don't know, because I just look at that squad and think it was just absolutely shot. So, I probably do, mate. But I think it was a product of its time, wasn't it? I just thought maybe we'd do something a bit better and we'd get someone who replicated Bielsa, but it didn't happen. So in hindsight, you probably look at it right now and go, it was bad,
Fair.
We wouldn't have gone down under Bielsa in 2022. I'm pretty adamant. I think what I'd say is,
we wouldn't have. Let's not do this. Sorry, I'm going to sort this fucking camera out so you can get just 2 minutes. Sorry. It does my own editing at times. Right, there we go.
Love it.
Right, it won't move again now, I promise.
Oh, God.
I know, listen, that Liverpool and Tottenham, I think that 4 days is one of the darkest 4 days I think I've had spotting Leeds. And that includes sort of League One, Championship relegation in that, because you kind of knew it was going wrong kind of thing. It was going one way kind of thing. It says the Liverpool, Tottenham, and I thought maybe we'd stick with it. But listen, we didn't do. But I think with Rafinha in the team, Bielsa knew how to get the best out of Rafinha. Players to come back from injury. I just think that was the biggest factor. Obviously, that last season was poor. I'm not going to make out that Bielsa did a great job in that last season or anything like that. But I still think we would have had enough to stay up. I think I do genuinely think that as bad as that last sort of month was, and it was a very dark month, that wasn't it? But yeah, one of them, isn't it, lads? It's Leeds United. We've had plenty of moments like that in our history.
I think the biggest. I think, like Leandro said, though, maybe I didn't look at it in this state as well. Bielsa had a winning percentage of 36% in the EPL. Marsh benefited from a way easier schedule. That was the thing Marsh definitely had. They sacked him, didn't they? And thought, look, he's got a run of games here. He's just the wrong man, wasn't it? I feel like it had just been such an easy transition. It is taking over from Bielsa with that Leeds side, though. You were never going to be able to do it. And at some point, he would have had to move on. But yeah, it'd have never happened in an easier state, would it? Should we get into this weekend? This would be quite nice, isn't it? 20 minutes.
We're talking about Lee Sampson. We're talking about Marsh, Bielsa.
Yeah.
Got to give obviously a nod to Tash as well, just setting up the channel and obviously bringing this together. Because, like I say, with I guess without that actually being set up, who knows what would have happened? Connor, you probably would have set up one anyway. I don't think I'd have ever come into the space. Oscar's still there, of course, so obviously special nod to Tash as well.
I'd have been interviewing you outside the ground and convinced of it, kind of thing.
I'd have made a beeline for it, because when it went out on Twitter, I went, yeah, that's a bit of me. I did want to do it, but who knows?
And then it was the reaction, wasn't it? It's the reaction where you're like, oh dear. Yeah. No, cool. Obviously shout out all Leeds TV that we wouldn't have, wouldn't have been. I still classify as obviously as mates and stuff like that. It's good. So it's like one of them things really where we wouldn't have been there without Tash. Right. Let's get on to it then, shall we? Joe, I'm sure you're absolutely sick of it. And Oscar, I know you'll be sick of it as well, mate. But me and Joe doing this pretty much full time. It's one of those where we're just tired, mate. I'm tired. I need to lie down. And we're not getting it at the minute. It is all Leeds TV, literally. I've just seen Damar Facey there.
That's what I was.
Now we're talking. We're talking about.
Yeah. I got so much stick for that, but hey, it served its purpose, man. It's part of the fucking game, isn't it?
This is it, mate. Watched it back recently and actually thought it was a product of its time. So there we go. Yeah, man. He was a bit of a anyway. What to talk about? He was a bit. I thought he'd give you a bit of unfair stick in that. But Joe, opinion change, mate. Still 50-50 game, coin toss.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, it is. I can't call it. Like, it's mad. It's mad. I genuinely can't call it. I think I'm so worried about that first goal. I'm so worried. Like, if we get it, I'll be relaxed. But if they don't get it, I'll be massively worried. They just frighten me. Look, I'm not like looking at them like say I was an Ipswich, for example, because Ipswich were just like attacking Porton and Sim. I don't know. There's just the thing that really worries me is the fact they beat us twice. I can't get away from the fact that they are the only team that have beat us twice this season and done so comfortably. Preston gave us a few problems, but more that was a case of they just sat in and were really tough to break down, and we were miles better than them. But Southampton easily, they're the only team that beat us twice. They're the one that have caused us the most problems over 120 minutes. And if we get a repeat of that, then Leeds United aren't going to the Premier League. That's a fact, because they beat us both times. So I just am worried about what we're going to do, how we're going to take them on, and what Russell Martin's going to do. Because as much as I dislike him, he's a good coach, man. He's a good manager. Can't get away from that fact. He's... Big up Joseph, by the way. I swear, man.
Up the Joseph.
You love Joseph, man. You swear you do. I self Lord and Master. You love that guy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. You do love him a lot. I self Lord and Master. Let me know, man. What's going on with you? Yeah, let us know in the comments.
I think. I don't know. I do worry about them and what they will bring to the table, mate. But on the flip side, I feel that they're almost a little bit too overconfident. And
Joe, I'm feeling right now, mate. I need some of your I need
you.
I'm
you.
hoping for it, Joe.
I don't have it, honestly.
Now
is better.
It's the first time I ever want to think like this, mate. But bollocks to all the negativity. I can't be arsed anymore. I need you in my head at the minute. So go on, mate. Give us a bit of monologue on why we're going to win.
Well, there's some good stats. The last time we won at Wembley, it was election year. It's election year this year. The last 3 times at Wembley, number 3 has scored. Trevor Cherry, Cooper, and Tony DeRigo. So put your money on Junior Firpo getting one. These are all from LUFC stats, by the way.
I was like, is he racking these off his door?
No. The last time we played at Wembley, number 7 scored a hat trick. Eric Cantona. Put your money on Joel Pirro. Go on.
Can I just say this? Gopium, the new fragrance by Chateau Wainman.
I'm not a Geordie, you wanker. He does it all the time because he knows it winds me.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't have anything for you. I'm nervous, bro. Oscar might. You tell me then, Mr. Realism. You give us it.
Yeah, realism. That's the problem. I don't want to spout that crap now.
I don't like Wainman like this. I'm not.
No, this is good, mate. This is good, Oscar, because I was like this before Norwich, and we won 4-0. So.
No, that's true. That is true. Yeah,
I just.
I'm Brentford actually. Brentford 2022. I was saying we'll do it, Joe. We'll do it. And you were saying I won't do your accent, but you were saying you're mental. You're mental, man. You're mental, man.
I really wish Flynn Downs wasn't there. To be honest.
Yeah, he's a pain. He really does need
I'd be happier if he was still injured, to be honest. But
if he pulls up in the warm up, that will be like.
But I was just saying to Joe on WhatsApp. To be fair, like I was watching the extended highlights back, and I feel in that game we were absolutely abhorrent. We were horrific, and I was watching it back and. We still had moments. And I'm just thinking if the confidence is on its arse like it was, it's just a bit like you just think to yourself, well, maybe. Oh, there he goes, taking the top off. You just think to yourself, mate, we're going to create a little bit more at Wembley. How's he done that?
Just whipped me top off.
Smooth that.
That was quick.
Transition that
was quick as well. Jesus. But yeah, I just think to myself, there's going to be a few opportunities for us, but there's going to be a few opportunities for them as well, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. Honestly, I've said it to you on the debrief, and I've said it on Leeds TV. We will have to suffer, even in any stage of the playoffs, we'll have to suffer at some point. Even the Norwich game, the home game, we're 2-0 up. They have a big chance to make it 2-1. We've got to just get through their moments. And ultimately, lads, there's things those Southampton players can do with the ball that we can't plan for tactically. They've just got some players that can just do genius things. Flynn Downs, you can't press Flynn Downs. He just isn't someone you can press. He's just so good at just keeping the ball. Efficiency, he makes the right choice at the right time. And he's very much a Premier League player. I'm stunned that West Ham let him go. He's a very, very exceptional player for me at this level. Smallbone, again, solid player. Maybe not the same eye-catching player as what Downs is, but for me, Downs and Walker-Peters are the two I look at and think, their problems because of what they do with the ball. Walker-Peters at times drops into midfield. Other times he's like a winger. In terms of how he takes players on, he's a really, really tricky customer to deal with. And that Walker-Peters, Brooks potential right hand side does worry me. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it would worry any team at this level. Walker-Peters, Armstrong, whatever it is down that right hand side, could cause us problems. They're a good team, Southampton. There's no question about it. I genuinely think, I'll say it now, even before we know who wins the game, whoever wins this game will have the best shot at the Premier League next season out of the promoted sides. I really do strongly believe that.
Shout out to Steve Merchant in the chat there. Cheers.
He does actually, to be fair. Yeah, he's scrapping with Roger Moore somewhere in, honestly. Look.
You're about Gabe or Smallbone?
Of Smallbone.
Oh, so I was calling Gabe Stephen Merchant.
Oh, yeah. We knew that. Come on. That was old news. Old news, that one, lads.
Sorry,
but look, it's a 50-50 game at best. I might slightly edge it towards us because I still look at our front line and think Somerville, Nonto, Rutter, Perot last week against Norwich. That's it's a spectacular front four at this level.
Do we have to concede that they're going to win the midfield battle if we have those four going forward, Joe? Do you reckon we have to? Because I don't feel that Rutter's going to be disciplined enough to probably sort of mark Flynn downs. But I think right now, mate, it is just literally we play to our best, they play to their best. The likelihood is they're going to win the midfield battle, but can we just win it with our forward line?
Yeah, but Rutter's got to be, mate. I think, the still that you sent over earlier, it's not just him, it's the whole midfield have to be mindful of tracking their runners, because I think a lot of it will go down Southampton's right with Kyle Walker-Peters. And say if it is Brooks, I think Brooks will start, because I don't think Shea Adams starts. I think both him and...
the back rotation a little bit
Stuart.
then too.
Stuart. On the bench, but I think a lot of it will come down the right hand side, and then who's going to be coming into the box like he did at West Brom, like he did against Leeds United, Will Smallbone. And if you look at that goal that he scored at Ellen Road, he runs past Kamara, he runs past Gruyev, and then he's in the box and no one's marking him. So I think they've all got to do their job. It's one game. If you can't track your runners for one game, then come on, and this is where I have to think of how well we did against that Norwich side in what Farker calls spotlight games that we have shown up, and this is the spotlight game. There's no more football after this. The FA Cup's on the Saturday. All eyes will be on this game. It's the most watched game in the world, and all that sort of guff that Sky give it. But there are elements of truth to it, and because it's Leeds versus Southampton, it's almost the perfect playoff final. So if these lads can't get up for this, then they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be on that stage. I just feel as well, post-match, I took a lot of confidence from the way they were in the huddle, and you had Liam Cooper say, "Come on, one more fucking game, lads," and Archie Gray stood in the middle, and the fans, and I just felt like it's almost building to a bit of a crescendo. And look, I think we can do it, and we've got to be disciplined and not and make sure we track, because they also hold as many threats as we do. This isn't like we're the better squad, we're the better team like Norwich. We should beat them. I think both teams are equally good in certain areas of the pitch. So you've just got to stick to your job and hope that you can take the moments when they come. Got to be clinical, because Southampton will be.
Yeah, it feels like we've got to be quick as well, doesn't it? Feels like we've got to be quick in our play and not be sluggish. Yeah. And I felt like in that other game we're a little bit passive, weren't we?
Both games we played them, we've had more of the ball, and it's been to our detriment. I genuinely think, I look at it and think, I know you were saying about the midfield battle before. I don't really worry that much about Southampton having more of the ball than us. I do think defensively, Rodon and Ampadu was so good against Norwich and have been so good all season. I look at it and think, if Southampton have periods of possession, periods of pressure where they're keeping the ball really well and we can't get it back, I'm not that worried that we're going to concede chance after chance after chance. Look, they'll have moments. They've got quality there. They will have moments, but I think we can get through that. I think we're showing that at times this season we can get through those tricky periods. I'm thinking Leicester at home. How many times did Leicester have chances to make it 2-0? We got through it, and then bang, 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 we're back in the game. And that's what I feel Sunday will be a little bit like. I do think Southampton will have more of the ball, and I think that's a nature of how we'll set up. I think we'll set up a little bit more conservatively than what we have done. I don't mean sitting in as such, but I just mean at times we'll maybe be a little bit more careful in the press. In terms of how many times on that last game of the season did we see the midfield and the defence? There's an island between them at times in that game against Southampton. There's no way I think we'll do that. I like to think not. But look, Southampton are a quality team. And I do agree with Wainman. I think overall, if you're going off if you're giving them both an overall rating, it's even, isn't it? Let's be honest. This is as close to a 50-50 game, a 50-50 playoff final as I've ever known, to be honest. I don't think we've ever seen a playoff final where I thought, that team's the favourite. I can't pick the favourite for this game at all. I would definitely give Southampton the edge in midfield because Downs and Smallbone have been so good all season. Stuart Armstrong as well, Joe Aribo, whoever goes into that third left-sided of the midfield three is a really good player as well. So they've definitely got the edge in midfield. There's no question about that. But I'd still say we've got more difference makers on the pitch, more players that can produce moments out of nothing. Joel Perreault, listen, I'm not just going to get too carried away from one game kind of thing. But Joel Perreault, even before that game against Norwich, I was kind of saying, I think on this channel actually, he can still stick one in from 25, 30 yards. Somerville can produce moments of magic. Rutter can. Nonto can as well. I feel we've got more of those types of player that win you one-off games. But Southampton have got more technical players in midfield in terms of being able to keep the ball. So it's an intrigue. Listen, if you're a neutral watching this game, you're thinking, wow, trying to call this one is impossible. And I do feel like that a little bit. And one thing I will say, lads, is nothing can be worse than Watford 2006.
Oh, don't.
I went to Cardiff that day. Nothing can be worse. No, nothing can be worse. Nothing can hurt me now. I've went through that one. Nothing can hurt me. I was 10 years. I was nine years old that game. Nothing can hurt me. Nothing can hurt me after that. It can, but not Sunday can't hurt me after that.
That was 50-50, by the way, as well. Oh, God. That was
I thought we were quite strong favourites in that, considering the team we had. But, yeah.
We've got to shout this out. Abdullah Rahman. Shout out to you, my friend. Hello from Bahrain. Some reason I feel we get a penalty.
Pronounce the full name. Let's see if you've got it in the bank.
Abdullah Rahman Al Khalifa.
Wow,
Abdul Rahman Al Khalifa. You did well, man. You did well.
Joe, I'm not going to lie. You scared me a little bit then.
You cope with the pressure. See, that's what Ampadu and Rodon are going to have to do out the back. Cope with the pressure.
Oscar, I don't know how much money he's paid, but thank you so much, mate. And let me read the actual super chat. Go 1-0 up, and my heart says 3-1 Leeds. Feeling so confident. Come on, Leeds. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Lord Master is on here. Let me just get a couple more. Who is this guy in the Leeds top? Sorry, but don't invite him again. This is the Don. We're on an all Leeds TV stream, mate. Listen. What I will say about Lord and Master is the ball knowledge is pretty poor. That's what I will say. So listen, mate, up that ball knowledge and let's move on. Okay, but thank you so much for your donation, mate. Gray didn't start in either of the games versus Saints in the league. Both games were bad during spells. Yeah, and I guess we had Byram in there, didn't we, lads? At the first game, I think we had Shaq, Cooper. I think we had Shaq, Cooper, Byram, and
Strauch at right side,
which is just awful, isn't it? Absolutely hideous. So hopefully you're expecting something a little bit better, to be quite honest with you. You moved house, Connor? Nope. I don't think Saints can handle Leeds United on fire. Yeah, potentially. I don't know. It's 50-50, isn't it? Absolutely.
You'll be able to tell. It's one. I think it's been the case, certainly second half of the season, you've been able to tell inside the first 20 minutes what Leeds you're going to get. Are we going to win this game or not win this game? Maybe not all season, but certainly second half of the season, you'll be able to say, yeah, we're going to win this today, or no, this isn't our day. You can tell it, honestly. I can't think of one game in this second bit of the season where I thought, yeah, we're in trouble here, and then we go and win, or yeah, we're going to win, and then we go and lose. I can't think of one. You can tell what you're going to get with this Leeds team early doors. People like Jorginho Rutter, if Rutter runs off Smallbone in the first 5-10 minutes, the lift that'll give the crowd straight away. If he beats his man, first time of asking, honestly, it will give the whole crowd a massive, massive lift. Not the Southampton end, but you know what I mean. It's just about them duels and just when we have those moments where Southampton are on top, just getting through it. That's the thing to say. Just whatever ways possible, just get yourself through it, honestly. Because at the end of the day, in one-off games, it's not always the best team that wins. Let's face it.
It's a mental thing, isn't it? It's an absolute mental thing.
Derby weren't better than us in 2019, were they?
Oscar.
I'm getting all these out there.
Talking about this crap.
Do you not take confidence from that fact, though? The fact that we beat them so easily and then they did us, that we could then potentially have that reverse thing on Southampton as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
False sense of security and all that lot.
Yeah, I think so.
The thing I'd say is, right, on that game at Ellen Road, as much as Southampton would definitely, they were better than us on the day at Ellen Road. There's no question about that. But there was nothing I saw from Southampton where I thought, that's absolutely unbeatable, what they did to us today. I thought as much of what they did against us was down to ourselves in terms of our pressing was poor, passing was poor, chance creation was non-existent. There was nothing I saw that made me think, oh, that is absolutely unbeatable. But I genuinely do believe that. I'm not saying Southampton weren't very good, but there wasn't anything where I thought, if we're anywhere near our best, we can't beat these. We can definitely beat Southampton. Definitely can beat Southampton for me.
So Giles says, I want us not to be the favourites going into this because every time we think we are going to walk it, we bottle it. But I think, I mean, you've got a guy on this stream who is the most positive person on planet Earth who's questioning. Who is questioning? Get that focus in, Joe. But yeah, so I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think a lot of Leeds fans are. I don't think, in all fairness, obviously I know, Joe, you've spoken to a few Southampton fans, but I'm not getting the vibe from Southampton fans either. I genuinely feel that it's a 50-50 split. Everybody's thinking the same. There's the Southampton fans that are nervous. There's Leeds fans that are nervous. I don't think there's, I don't know. Personally, I haven't seen it. You lads might have done.
No, I agree. No one wants to say from either side we're going to win this game. Neither side wants to say it because I think we both... Look, I've got to be honest. Southampton, you look at what they've done this season, 87 points, playoffs, they handled West Brom pretty well. They're a good team, and I'm sure Southampton would say the same about us. This is like... In terms of quality, right, this game, compare it to last season's playoff final, no disrespect, but Coventry-Luton, Huddersfield Forest the season before that, this is on another level to that for me. So, it is hard to say that with any sort of confidence either way that we're going to win. I don't think I've not heard a Leeds fan say it. I've not heard a Southampton fan say it with the chest. And I think that kind of sums it up, really.
One for Mr. Wainman.
Go on, mate. Sorry. What's it saying? Hi, guys. Oh, listen, man. He was the Iceman last time out, wasn't he? Let's be honest. He was the Iceman, weren't he, in Melier, so got to hope he is. Farker thinks he's the best keeper in the league. I once did. You've got hope, man. Listen, I have always maintained one-on-one. He's great at. He is great at. I remember him stopping Saka one-on-one, right? That's no mean feat. That's no mean feat. And I always back him one-on-one. It's the shot stopping from distance. It's his commanding of crosses, if you like, that have been a letdown. So just stop them, defend
what about,
from the front, stop that.
What are your thoughts, Joe, on what are your thoughts on Perot? Obviously, Bamford's, you've been a big fan of Bamford throughout this season. Obviously, he's been very, very decent in the second half of the season. I think he had a streaky Bamford in it. Didn't have a great sort of 10 games. But aside from that, he has been decent, especially at the start of the year. Are you going into this, mate, and thinking, it's obviously they're going to go to a back three, aren't they? Which is different to a Norwich back four. Are you thinking that's going to inhibit Perot, or do you think he's going to galvanise on from that last game?
Sorry, ask you again what you said about them, the defence of theirs.
So obviously they're probably going to go to a back three, aren't they? So you're probably feeling maybe three of them are going to focus on Perot.
Do you think that's what he'll do, though? Will he do that or go back to a four like he did against West Brom?
The only reason I think he'll go to a three is because the first time he did it was against us, and I thought he
was preparing maybe for the final just in the off chance.
But did they show all their cards? Is what I'd say to that.
That's
the point I made before. Did they show all their cards early in that game?
He loves it. He loves it with Farker as well, though, doesn't he? I think, you come into that Leeds game and you test it a little bit, and you go to a three at the back in sort of I know it's a damp squib, but you look at it, it's quite a pressurised game. Leeds Southampton, because everybody probably thought it was going to be the final. Goes into it and whacks a 3-5-2 out. He's trying to get one over on him, isn't he? I think he's trying to get him all ends up.
A lot of people have said, though, a lot of people about him overthinking it. And maybe doing too much. And he could do that again on Sunday. He might go, do you know what? I won't go with that. I'm going to switch it up and I'll try this or I'll try that. But
I think he might do, Joe. I think he might do to try and... But I think this could work against him. I think he might try go Ryan Fraser, left wing back, instead of Ryan Manning. That's what I think he might do. Obviously, Ryan Fraser's played a year there for Bournemouth as well. I wonder if he's going to do that and tinker with it a bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did. Did he play there? No, probably not. It was a back four, wasn't it? But I could easily see Ryan Fraser come in there. I know he has done at different points throughout the season, but look, it isn't so much about how Southampton's set up for me on Perot. It's just whether Perot can carry that. Because look, we are all guilty of getting gassed up. We are all guilty of recency bias. Perot's had one amazing game in the 9 out of 48. That the facts for me. he's played well in parts, throughout the season. You don't get 14 goals if you haven't played well, but structurally and the set, it's not looked great. He's not looked great. He's not been able to trap wind at times. And on that game at home against Norwich, he did it all. He won the ball early doors in the middle of the park. He knocked it round the corner to Somerville. So I think for me, it's not about them. It's more about if Pirro can continue that form, if he can, the way that he peeled off, for example, for the non-toe cross, and he finds the back of the net, and just all these little things that we haven't been to. He's not been in them positions. I remember when Joseph came on in one game and got on the end of a cross within like the first minute, and I'm thinking, just that's where we need him. And he's normally languishing out like 15 yards away from edge at box, thinking, well, what are you doing there, mate? And maybe that's down to Farker as well. And maybe Farker said, you know what? I don't know what changed against Norwich, but something changed, and it changed massively in Pirro's favour. So if he can give us an ounce of that, then amazing. If not, and this is my worry, if not, then we're going to look disjointed and shit again, and we can't afford to do that against Southampton because they will beat us.
That's definitely fair. No, honestly, I think it is easy.
I just
to
put the fear of God into them both there. They were like, "Oh, he's right. He's right." Shit.
Connor's just thinking, should I go? Should I not go? I'll go.
It was just that deep breath we both had at the same time.
It was like, flipping heck, Joe's saying we're going to get beat. It's like, this is not what I was expecting. And I'll be honest, it's not what I was expecting from Wainman. I thought, it's going to be nice and positive. It's going to be lots of Russell Martin slander. I think thrown in.
Oh, he's a wanker.
There's not even one Russell Martin slander name in this. I'm disappointed, Wainman.
Gives me the Frank Lampard's Russell Martin. I don't know what it is about.
Yeah.
His name is Russell Kenneth Alexander Martin. Anyone who's called that, straight away is a big fat Tory.
I think it jars me as well, because he's gone from Swansea, where top position was 10th, gets a Southampton job, which in the Championship's you'd think at the start of the season is like a cheat code, isn't it? And he was almost like the start of this managerial circus, which has been going on where managers don't deserve certain jobs. It's ridiculous, really. Joe, do you want to just let us know about the managerial stuff which has been vexing you recently on some of your streams? Who's been annoying you?
Fucking hell. Well,
is it Rooney at Plymouth, or is it company?
Well, Rooney's got the Plymouth job now.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. It's going to be announced tomorrow.
He was playing with Girth and Turf, wasn't he, the other day on Angry Ginger's
the assistant.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, right? So he is. I don't know why. I actually said a couple of weeks back, looking at Plymouth's, because I was watching Plymouth, it was when they beat Leicester, looking at the recruitment, looking at the loans they had in from Spurs, even Darko JB, you seen Adam Forshaw, little bits of experience, Whittaker. I was going, do you know, Plymouth, I'm going to make a bold prediction now, yeah? I said they're going to be like a Brentford. They buy really well, they sell at decent prices, they go again. And now, for me, they've just totally quashed that by bringing in Wayne Rooney. What credentials does Wayne Rooney have to get a job in the Championship? He doesn't. I have a guy called Nunny who watches my streams a lot, a member, and he's a Plymouth fan. And he said, we are going down. We will go down with Wayne Rooney in charge. At what point does Wayne Rooney deserve that? Don't even get me started on the company stuff. To think that a guy can get relegated with Burnley and then get Bayern Munich as your next job. He didn't even do that well at Anderlecht. He does well in the Champions. It's mad. Sorry.
Joe, do you think it's all just about literally just keeping the ball nowadays? It's not even about credentials.
I think they've run out of ideas, bro. They've run out of ideas, and it also shows a dearth of the amount of managers that are out there at the minute. There is none, really.
No, there is. To be fair, though, you see the list of managers who are unemployed at the minute. Obviously, Tuchel's joined it, Pochettino's joined it, Zidane's there, Conte, even Mourinho. There's a lot of managers there who you say would do decent. Look, they're not the creme de la creme of managers, but they do better jobs than, say, Vincent Kompany or Wayne Rooney. I mean, Wayne Rooney, they got away with it with Ian Foster, big time Plymouth. They got that one horrifically wrong. And now they've gone for the exact same route, mate with whoever, is it Neil Dewsnip, I think?
He's mates with Pieface, isn't he?
Yeah. He's decided because he used to train Wayne Rooney when he was 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
He decided, right, we'll put Wayne Rooney in. But I've never seen a more obvious October sacking than Wayne Rooney at Plymouth.
But it's even like I said it to my mate, to be honest, not long ago. I said, look, McKenna wouldn't be a bad shout to a Scum fan, but in the back of my mind, I thought that would be funny. But and he might do okay, but McKenna to Scum, Maresca to Chelsea. Like, what are we talking? Company to Bayern.
Maresca one.
Maresca? Are we serious? Maresca? Oh, man.
You know what it is? The common denominator is Pep.
Well,
if you know Pep or have worked with Pep, you will get a top job. This is it. This is it. The common denominator in all these situations is Pep. Apart from Kieran McKenna.
But the thing is, right,
I blame you and Barcelona, Oscar. It's fucking your fault, mate.
But it's not our club. We might make the top 4 next season if we go up this year, the way things are going. Yeah, Chelsea, Maresca, McKenna at Man United, it might work in our favour. But the thing is, right, Company, I'm convinced, is still living off that. You know, you see that Anderlecht's team talk where his voice breaks, where he's going absolutely mental?
Yeah.
I'm convinced because I've just seen that video just spammed across like all Bayern Munich socials and that lot saying, this is the man. I'll just bring Bayern Munich back to the fact that Jesse Marsch, Salzburg versus Liverpool was basically the coping mechanism for Leeds fans. It was my coping mechanism when he took over.
Sieben the Gegenpressen. How do you say the Gegenpressen?
The English words that went in there says.
Frill.
Oh.
Go on.
Sorry.
I think I saw someone put on Twitter, Oscar looks like a used car salesman on that picture.
I did see that.
Fair, it is the Scott Parker vibes, that, isn't it? That we've let the air go a little bit.
Is that the one where you're next to Tyson Fury or something? Or Pele?
No.
Pele. It's the Pele one, isn't it, I think?
That one? No, that's not. No, that's last year, that one.
Oh, that's a 2023 vibe.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danny as
well.
Hey,
get with the 2024, man. Doc Sandals.
Look at them. Someone's off on holiday next week.
Oi. I'm wearing them in Roundhouse so I don't get blisters.
Go on, show us them. Get them on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the platform. Oh, look at that. It's even got the stitching, the yellow stitching. Lovely. Budget Cars Bridlington says,
just want to spend $5,000 on clothes.
No comment. Could Joseph get minutes on Sunday? Other than that, yeah, you just bought them now, you cheeky bastard. Other if we manage that, a couple of goals in front by the 78th. Potentially, mate. I mean, I think Joseph is pretty poor. I've always said this. I'm joking.
Oh, yeah, you get the reaction. Yeah, you are getting a reaction in the second one.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, you'd probably see him coming in 70th, 80th minute mark with Daniel Farker anyway. We'll probably see Anthony getting there anyway as well. All lads, shout out to Budget Cars, but the man. Colin, how many kids have you had now, mate? Are we on 9, 10, 11? Thanks, lads. Absolute legends. We're going to smash Southampton. I cannot wait to see Joe's goal best reactions. We'll be playing Joe's watch along in a pub in Ireland. Blast it, Joe. There you go.
This
fantastic.
Big up, Colin.
What a guy. Check out Joe's watch along as well on Sunday as well.
Are you not doing one now?
Someone's just got a last minute ticket.
Really?
Got a ticket?
Yeah, good man.
So,
I'm like, congrats, and then behind the scenes, I'm going, more viewers.
Yes.
You enjoy it. Go enjoy it.
Don't rush back. Don't rush after it. You know? Just leave it till Wednesday. Don't that reaction.
Whatever you do, don't do any content. You jam.
Right, I've clocked why Wainman's not confident because he mentioned Tyson Fury before.
I was very confident.
You're still stung by Tyson Fury on Saturday, aren't you?
I sat on that watch along going, I can't wait to dunk on all you Fury haters, and then they all came back when he got
do you like Fury?
I was stunned.
I do, mate.
Joe.
Right, I was stunned. Locks didn't get in that chat more than what he did. I thought as soon as the music won, I thought Locks is going to spam that chat.
He'll win him. He'll beat him in the rematch, you know.
If he takes it seriously, yeah, he will.
I think he will. We'll see anyway. We'll see.
I
did get sent your tweet, actually, Connor, by Locks. Locks sent me your tweet where you went, yeah, get up your Fury haters. I thought, you will love Fury or something.
Yeah, I used to love him, you know. I used to love him back in the day, but I just think he's a bit of a liar, isn't he, at the minute? Like, like, I've done this fight, I've gone for this fight, and then you're like, have you really? I don't know. I think
his dad, did you see his dad go, Hit him! We're fighting men!
No, that was
I could have done that. Hit him! We're fighting men!
That's like getting, I don't know, Joe Rodon's brother Sam on the touchline for us in terms of against Sampson. It doesn't make any sense, does it?
And him just going, tackle him, Joe! Tackle him, Joe! Tackle him, Joe! That's what it is.
You don't. That is absolutely. But by the way, big up Sam Rodon, because honestly, if we win, the scenes from Sam Rodon will be absolutely unreal. But that made about as much sense with John Fury anyway. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I have
don't
to
worry
say,
though, Joe. We'll get it. We'll get it.
I have to say now, going to the game though, I'm exponentially more nervous because I know there's now money on the line. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be skint by the end of it. So should I put 150 quid on Southampton? Who knows?
It's worth it, mate. It's worth it. It's worth giving. Can I ask you a question? Because I listened to Not the Top 20 earlier on. Their preview, by the way, is great. So have a listen to it if you're stuck for something to do. And they discussed the conversation on penalties. And in terms of...
I got another beer.
Basically, penalty succession. They have Shea Adams. They have Adam Armstrong. They have Ryan Manning. They have... There's many... Basically, Leeds United's penalty takers, there's about two of us. Somerville and Pirro. And our save, in terms of... Melier's saved two of so many. And yeah, like, put it this way, if it goes to pens, like, it's game over for Leeds, just based on the amount of experience Southampton have had in them, and their success rate compared to ours is just crazy. Do you back Leeds United in a penalty shootout? Because I do not.
You know when people say like, oh, it's a 50-50, I think it's absolute rubbish. I think if you've got like technical football players who are like good ball strikers and they've got a bit of something about them in terms of like a little bit of swagger, a little bit of an ego, I think an experience as well. They're the oldest side in the league, aren't they? So it's like we're the second youngest. I do think, yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think I'd be very, very worried. I'd go as far to say, aside from Perot, I know we can't say this, but like thoroughly, but I don't know if I'd be, aside from Perot, because I actually probably would be quite confident with him. Maybe Somerville would bury it as well. Aside from that, I would not be confident.
I think Nonto would. But he might not even be in the game as well. There. He might not be on the pitch then.
If we're hanging on, all of a sudden you're thinking, flipping out, we've got to a penalty shootout, and that's a massive boost for us. And then it's a bit like Sampson are thinking, oh, hang on a second, we've dominated the whole game, and vice versa. But no, I agree. Listen, penalties, I don't think would be our strong point. I can't lie to you. I think it's got to be a case of...
I'm worried about VAR. Never mind penalties.
Yeah, that's got to have some... The script writers have put that in somewhere as well. There's just no
the amount of times Jorginho Rutter is offside scares me.
It's the script writers will get that. There will be I will make a hot take that either for us or Southampton there will be a VAR call in the game.
Pirot, Cree, Gruev saves.
I think I put Firpo on one.
I think Gruev mid-height keeper saves it.
I like the way Firpo strikes the ball.
I think Ampadu. I think Ampadu buries it. Ampadu buries it. Yeah, and I reckon
I don't want Dan James or Gio Rutter anywhere near a penalty.
No, I don't.
Technically, they're not great strikers of the ball. They always drag it wide, or they don't hit it clean and true. The off chance they do, and it'll hit the back of the net, but not a lot of the time.
Anthony's a shout for a penalty.
Anthony.
Anthony strikes the ball well. I think there's ball strikers in the team. It's just what I don't want is England 1-1 against Italy, Euro 20, whatever it was, 21. When you do a Southgate and you sub them on the 120th plus second minute when they coming on cold, haven't kicked the ball, can't be messing around with stuff like that. So
I think that's a good list. I like that. I like how that lines up.
I think Ampadu, taking either the first or second pen's a good shout. Leader.
That stinks of Saka, Rashford, and Sancho at the end.
But you don't. That's what I mean. You don't want to be subbing them on later on. If they're going to take a penalty, sub them on with at least a sort of 10-15 minutes of the game to go to get themselves into it.
Firpo misses 100%.
Nice.
No. I back Firpo on a pen.
I don't think the keeper saves with Firpo. I think he either buries it or he smashes it into Rose's head.
I think Firpo scores in 90 minutes, man. Tomorrow.
In 90 minutes?
Tomorrow?
Sunday. Sorry, he's going to score. I'm putting a 5 on him at 18-1.
What about the Scum game? What are you thinking on that one?
City will batter them, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I went to town earlier on with my mate, and I got in his car, and I says, "How you feel?" He's a Manchester United fan.
Where's he from?
He's from Redcar. Mate, shall I tell you what type of fan he is? He won't be watching. He watches my channel. Do you know who he supports internationally? And he's English. He supports Germany. So he's a glory supporter, basically. He wears German shirts and that. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with you? But yeah, because he's a glory supporter, bro. It's like people who support Barcelona.
Oh, here we go.
I'm joking.
I forgot about that.
I'm joking.
Well, give us some Spanish, you fraud.
Yeah. Messi. That's all you got. Messi.
Messi.
Yeah, he said, anyway, I gets in the car and I said, "Oh, you're nervous?" And he went, "Well, you know, if we play like we did last year in FA Cup, we did all right in that game." I went, "Are you all right?" I said, "You were fucking 1-0 down after 13 seconds." And he went, "Yeah, but after that, we played all right." And I was like, "Shut up, man."
That was a Gundogan worldie, that wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gundogan worldie straight away, wasn't it?
Was that when Grealish got a handball given against him when his hand was like there?
Yeah,
Sure,
I think it
something
was.
like that happens.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
They'll get absolutely battered tomorrow. They'll get absolutely Phil Foden with that space between their midfield and back line. It's going to absolutely kill them tomorrow.
Some weekend that though if we win.
Well, I travel up just before that game. I get into Euston around 1:00 tomorrow, so I think I probably will see a few fans going to that game. I reckon
it'd be good. What about England in the Euros, lads?
I did a predictor today, Joe, and I can tell you my semi-final, mate. So I went semi-final. I had Germany, Portugal in the semis, of which I've got Germany winning, even though Portugal are better. I think home field advantage helps them a lot. And then I've got in the other semi-final, England, France.
Yeah, same.
And then I've got France beating us
again. Yeah.
I still see them as. Do you know? I'm thinking, Joe. I look at like Saliba. He'd be our best centre back, and he can't start for him.
I know, yeah.
Just like God.
I think maybe he starts him this. He can't surely rate Kanate more than Saliba at this point.
He'll start this tournament.
It'd be
madness if not.
Do you know what though? Right, I think Jamie Carragher said this, and he said, "Look, we've got the best player in Germany in Harry Kane. We've got the best player in England in Phil Foden, and we've got the best player in Spain in Jude Bellingham." And when you hear that, if we can't win a fucking tournament, Southgate has to win, regardless of what you think of Southgate, with that team. And what I will say, his selection is brilliant. Adam Wharton in there, Kobe Mainoo in there, Branthwaite in there. No more Hendersons, no more. He can only go with, Rice, Bellingham, Foden. That's scintillating for me. You can't, and then you can bring on your Mainoos or whatever, depending on opponent or what. But for me, he's letting it seems to me he's letting the shackles off with his selections. He hasn't brought on.
He's got to have Foden in the 10, though, hasn't
he? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he does, and it's about how he does it. I mean, for me, England's chances, and it sounds a weird thing to say this, considering who he plays for. Luke Shaw's key, because if Luke Shaw's not fit, I'm looking who's playing left back.
Look at Trent.
It'd be
Trippier, wouldn't it? Who plays left back?
Well, I reckon Trent could do a job, you know.
I think he goes in midfield, Trent.
Yeah, I do. I think
goodness me. Imagine that against the top side, by the way. My days. Even him at right back, though. It's
great when we've got the ball.
Yeah.
But when we're, like you say, when we're expected to be defending.
I'd have him against Serbia. I'd have him against Serbia, 100%.
I'd go a box midfield, Rice, Trent, Jude, Foden.
Rice, Trent, Jude. You'd have Trent in midfield.
Yeah, I think it would.
I think he will go there, Conor.
I think as long as you got Walker behind him, right back, Stones, I'd have Branthwaite personally alongside Stones. I just think I think naturally that goes together so well. It will be Maguire he goes with.
He don't play in. I guess we're not going to do that with England, but I feel like we dominate the ball a little bit more than he will do at Everton. Though Everton, he just gets a chance to do. He just oofs it out, doesn't he? That's all he does.
No, he's
good player.
Branthwaite.
I think he's
I'm saying he's a good player, but do you know when you've been in club?
I know what you mean.
For an entire year, and then he comes back and he's now been asked to pass it out the back with England. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But then your other option's Maguire.
No, he always is all right for England, though. Always is all right for England.
Yeah, but if Shaw's not there, I'm thinking Maguire's gonna have to cover that left-hand side a lot more. You're thinking France, it could be Dembele, Germany, Wirtz, people like that. I'm thinking, I'm not sure about that.
Sorry, it's an inhaler, by the way. It's not anything else.
Semi-finals, England. I just can't see us getting through France. We should be able to beat France. That's another 50-50 game, but I just think France, they'll find a way against us. I can't lie.
Can we talk as well? Just finally, like best case scenario, right? We get to the Prem. Do you think we're best set up in the Prem? I mean, I look at Leicester now, and they're getting pitched for Maresca. To be fair, we'll probably look at a scenario now where Farke's off to Madrid when Ancelotti leaves. But it feels like, these two are going to get pitched. And then you've got, obviously, the points deduction. And you've got, I guess, Ipswich going up with a pretty meek squad in Premier League standard. Joe, how are you looking at it, mate? Are you sort of thinking to yourself that, I mean, to be fair, mate, even if worst case scenario, touch wood, it doesn't happen, but we stare down, Company leaving, Burnley. Maybe they reckon Bellamy's going to step in though, don't they? So yeah, I don't know if there's going to be that much of a change there. But
is that a serious one? Bellamy getting that job?
I reckon so. Yeah. Well,
that's even funnier.
It's been rumored, but to be fair to him, he has been under Company, hasn't he? But I guess going to the Prem, mate, are you sort of thinking that we'd be us or Southampton would be the best setup for it?
Yeah. Look, I actually thought. If McKenna stays at Ipswich, they've got a decent chance. They could have a Bielsa-style impact. They could have a Chris Wilder first season under Sheffield United-style impact. It could happen because they could surprise a few people. But man for man, their squad is not Premier League, right? Let's not get away from that fact. Just like Leeds United's weren't. They need a lot of business done because Morsey, Luongo, Wolfenden, Burgess, that four there, the two in midfield and two at centre-back, they're not Premier League players. Leif Davis, okay, great going forward. We'll get found out. Right wingers are the best players in the division. Your Salahs, your Sakas, etc.
Are you telling me, Joe,
go on,
Harry Clark couldn't stop Martinelli?
This is the thing, though, isn't it, right? So if McKenna does leave, no manager's good enough to get a tune out of them, in my opinion, unless you go get a fucking Big Sam or whatever and try shithouse it. I don't know, right? So Ipswich go down if McKenna's not there. I don't actually rate Maresca all that much. He nearly threw it away, 17 points, all that jazz. So yeah, we would be best placed because the 49ers won't mess about and they will spend money and we'll have a very good summer, I think, under this ownership. A very, very good summer.
It's the loans as well, isn't it? It's like Amari Hutchinson, they're not getting him back. Kiefer Moore, Premier League level.
Would you go all out for Amari Hutchinson, by the way? Because I would.
Yeah, he's mate. He's been the difference, hasn't he? He's been the difference.
The season.
Yeah, what a player. Class. What a player.
No, 100%. I think just the blow to Ipswich as well. If we got Hutchinson and they didn't, I think that psychologically that's a bit of a blow.
But me and Joe said that as well, Oscar. We said that it'd be nice for Leeds to, I feel like in a lot of seasons now, Leeds have struggled when it comes to the loan market. Like you've seen Ipswich absolutely obliterated this year. Don't get me wrong, Ben White, unbelievable. But I feel we've had a few duds, haven't we, over the years? You spent, maybe a lot of people would say Eddie was a bit of a dud. Maybe, potentially. Obviously, I know he served a purpose, but I think Leeds have never properly got that loan market right, where other clubs seem to absolutely smash it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Rodon with another big. I mean, we've had success stories. I think we've either had massive success stories or completely the opposite, haven't we? Really, with the loan market, we've never really had 7 out of 10s. We're just always either 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10s, or 5 out of 10s kind of thing. But yeah, whichever team goes up on Sunday. Listen, it's very, very early to say that, and I'm not going to. Very tongue in cheek, what I'm going to say, but we'll finish for me the highest out of the 3 next season. Maybe all 3 will go back down. I don't know, but I do think we'd finish the highest out of the 3 and we'll definitely have the best chance, us and Southampton, to be honest.
If we don't go up, lads, worst case scenario, I think we'll romp the league next year with continuity, Fark, a better squad and all that. Where do you stand on that if we don't go up?
Totally agree.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you know what?
No, Connie, you don't agree. You don't agree, my man.
As long as we don't lose too many players, yes, I totally agree. As long as it's not a ridiculous, we lose.
Connor will be at the Trinity building scraping that big picture of Farker off of the roof like, get him out!
Bin him off. I'm sick of him. McGilligan in. Yeah, I think, to be honest, like, Joe, I've got a bit of a notes here, Joe, prepared for you. Listen to this. So on loan, Rodon Roberts. Shout out to Ethan who put this out. Injury-prone Strout, Firpo, Byram, Shackleton, Cooper. Contracts expiring. Byram, Cooper, Shackleton, Rodon, Roberts, Drame, Ailing, Firpo. number of under 21s capable of contributing, maybe Cresswell. I do look at that and I think to myself, like, it's pretty much spot on. So I do think to myself, there'd have to be a lot of surgery, but that's what I mean with us utilising the loan market. I mean, you've done something on it, haven't you? McAtee, that wouldn't be a bad signing, but I think that's probably more looking at a Premier League 20 million quid valuation. Really, he's not going to go down to the champ, is he, when he's played in the Prem? I think a lot of it, mate, is the utilisation of loans. And if they get that spot on, yeah. I mean, the foundation, let's have a look at, I mean, realistically.
Bring me the American sergeant and we dick the league.
Yeah. I'd love Johnny Rowe. 1 year left on his deal, mate. I'd love Johnny Rowe. I think that'd be the reselling club. Wouldn't mind him whatsoever, depending on what's happened. I reckon Nonto will leave. Johnny Rowe would be a lovely one. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot out there. There's do you know what annoys me with Leeds fans? I don't know if it sort of strikes rationale with you lads. It annoys me how apparently to have a good window we have to spend 80 million quid in the Championship or 150 million in the Premier League. I more get it with the Premier League, but the Championship, you can get good bargains. You can get good bargains. You can have a good coach and go up if you've got strategy and proper tactical ability. You know what I mean? And I just think to myself, like, there's a lot out there. There's a hell of a lot out there. And we've got a lot of capital, right? Like Verber, they're etching for more money for him. Rocker, they're etching for more money for him as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think put it this way, I think we'll be top four, definitely. Is that good enough? Is that good enough?
I don't think the league will be as strong next season.
I'll take a few off, so probably 6. That means 6 in Connor's line.
Here's one for you. Here's one for you. Would you have Aronson back as an option off the bench?
No.
No, I wouldn't. It's
they're either going to let these. Well, he's
he needs to go back to MLS, bro. That's his level.
Yeah.
It's his level.
Or
He's not good. He's not good. And do you know what makes me laugh? They're all doing it now with Gio Reyna. Bah, it's at Forest. He shouldn't have gone to that club. I've seen some account on thingy saying, I'm telling you, he should be back at Dortmund playing in Champions League final. You can't even get in at Nottingham Forest.
Always Manchester's fault as well.
Yes,
Always
exactly.
Manchester's fault. Never the player. Always. I mean, the thing with Rayner as well, wasn't it all that drama with the US manager as well and that lot? He had a bit of performance out there.
Berhalter or whatever.
Greg Berhalter.
I'm not being funny. You know, you're looking at at least 2 managers there. You're thinking it's never just a player, is it? You know, it's never just. You know,
shout out to the American Steve Merchant. He'll have a monologue in the chat.
Honestly, man.
Yeah,
it's not been a good time, has it? It's not been a good time.
What about? I'm interested to hear what you both think on Jack Harrison as well. What would you do with Jack? Would you bring him back or would you let him go?
Depends what league we're in, really.
Joe, I knew Joe would love this one. I love Jack.
I like him, man. Like, I don't listen. He's not going to come back and all that, but I still stand by the point. During the Premier League, he was our most consistent player across the period of the Premier League.
I've heard of his mum, though, Joe.
No, I know people hot and cold Harrison and Everton fans. It's the same rhetoric.
Yeah,
I've seen it. They come in my chat. They're not having him, but Dyche likes him. Managers like him because he does what he's asked, I think. And over the course of the tenure in the Premier League, he was the most consistent performer. No one's having it, are you? You're not having it. I've left you dumbfounded again. You're both like, nah, you're full of shit.
I'm just waiting
to
see
listen, I hear it. I think he's a Premier League player. I do believe that. I just think Somerville, if we went up, I'm looking at Somerville left-hand side, yes. Nonto right-hand side, yes. And then we probably will look to I'd imagine we'd look to add a winger. And I'm thinking...
Joe, either level for you, does he get in... Let's say we went up with this team.
Yeah, he walks in Championship. Connor,
if we didn't go up,
would you? But would you? Let's say if hypothetically, right? So let's say it's not a fire sale, right? And we get rid of Somerville and Nonto, hypothetically, because that I think Rutter will stay. To be honest, I think Archie will stay. But let's say if those two go, right?
Yeah.
Would you want to sort of like retain a bit of money, spend it elsewhere? Keep Harrison and get another winger to replace like Nonto or whatever
in the Championship.
Or would you still go out and? But would you be? What I'm saying is, would you rather have like Harrison in there or like a Johnny Rowe or like I'm saying hypothetically Morgan Whittaker or something like that?
No, of course, yeah. If you're giving me different options, yeah. But I just think I think it's wild to even think that Harrison would come. He's not a championship player, ain't Jack Harrison? He won't end up in the he might go Leicester if Everton can't afford him. He might go Leicester. They tried to get him before. I just think Harrison is a lower end Premier League player. He's not a championship player. Not for me anyway. I wouldn't have thought so. Do you agree, Oscar, or disagree? Do you think he's a championship?
I think he's Premier League player, isn't he? I think
I
he's,
think so.
but I wouldn't say he's an upper level Premier League player. I think he's just a all right Premier League player, is what I probably describe him as. Because that's the thing now. You look at the Prem, Elise and Eze, just for me, when I watch him play, I'm like, that's like that is what scares me a little bit about if we did win on Sunday. I'm looking at that and thinking they're only 10th and have got Elise, Eze, Mateta as their front line.
But they're going like Elise is going Manchester United.
This is another point. This is another point, right? We know we have to get back to the Premier League because we've got that key switch on the stadium. We've got more money that can be ploughed into the players, and we all want to get back to the glitz and glamour of which we've been out of for a year. But VAR getting likely battered every single week. Obviously, it'll be a little bit better, but we have to be realistic. It's probably going to be 16th and below for Leeds in the first maybe couple of seasons, maybe 2 or 3 seasons like it was with Brighton. Are we sort of a little bit like, oh God, I don't know if I can fix that trauma again, or are we thinking, look, let's just get back there and I can't wait for it sort of thing? Is there any trepidation?
Fulham came back up, didn't they? Fulham, I think we were up for 1 or 2 seasons under Parker. I think 1 season weren't they under Parker. Had an absolute stinker. Went straight back down. Had a really good squad, by the way. Lookman was in that team. I'm trying to think. Loads of decent players in that team.
Mate, they had Zambo Anguissa.
Anderson as well.
Zambo Anguissa.
So underrated at the time, by the way. Everyone was calling him a bum. Everyone was calling him a bum, and he was so good.
Ola Reiner as well was in that team. Pretty solid Premier League fullback. Decent team. Went down. Rebuilt, came up. Fulham have never looked like going back down since they come back up. Brentford the same. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It's just the recruitment that's the key ultimately at the end of the day. And that, listen, I'm not saying we're going to do a Fulham or Brentford, but it doesn't have to be horrible if we come back up. Is the argument I would make.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be horrendous. Listen, there will be weeks where any team outside that top 4, you're going to get battered some weeks. You're probably going to get batter him once a month, maybe twice a month at that level.
Do you know what, as well? I think
it doesn't have to be horrible.
Yeah, I think as a fan base, we were maybe naive last time. We almost felt we were bigger and better than what we were.
But it was that first season, wasn't it, that did it all, really?
Yeah, but it's that thing of where Leeds United.
I had receipts for that second season. Don't you worry about that.
We're Leeds United, and I think some of the players that we get linked to, it's like not good enough for us. I remember, and I've said this before.
Fans saying 5th, Joe. Fans were saying 5th, second season.
Well, I mocked Brentford, for example, when they signed Ben Mee on a free. When Burnley went down, Ben Mee, he's just signed a new deal. He's been phenomenal for them. Yeah. So I think this time it's like. Even because we've been out of it so long, I think I'm guilty of it. I'm saying this to myself as well, folks. It's like, I'm so guilty of that. Whereas now, go up, give me James Tarkowski any day of the week. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, make him captain.
So would you, obviously, Joe, we were all sort of Bielsa bound, weren't we? But even I was like, in that first season, I was like, nah, we're back. Leeds are back. We're a massive club. We're going to come, and we're going to, look, we're going to come back and we're going to do something. I remember saying it to my mates and they were just like, nah, little old Leeds. I was like, I'm telling you, you're not ready for what we've done this season. We've been unbelievable. Yeah, you've only won the league. Everybody, Burnley, West Brom have won all this sort of stuff. No, we have won the league well. We are a quality outfit. I'd be saying it to all of them. And it just feels like this is a bit different, isn't it? Maybe we're looking at it and thinking, I mean, there's a conversation. There's a conversation about, I mean, we can't be discussing this right now. But Mr. Farker, there's certain fans online who, if we got back to the Premier League, not me, not me.
Certain fans, what you
certain fans, not me, not the one with the big Cheshire grin, but there'd be certain fans who, I mean, certain awful conversation.
Give him a chance, Connor.
You gotta give him a chance. Learn. Marco Silva. Listen, we talked about Fulham. Marco Silva, the season Fulham went into it, was saying he's going to be first manager sacked. Who said that, Joe? on Just Joe. And managers learn, managers adapt all the time.
I don't know if you're pointing to me then. I was like, did I say that?
No, I said it. I said Marco Silva, I thought there's just no chance. His head will roll off after 4 games kind of thing. But managers adapt kind of thing. And I do think Farke, listen, that Norwich spell, just look at the Norwich team. That's the one thing I'd say about it. Just look at the team he was working with.
I think we should go get Poch, to be honest, Rysel.
Grant Hanley, we're not getting Poch.
I like it.
It's true, man.
Sorry to burst that bubble, lads, but that's not happening. That one, lads.
There's fans out here that don't rate fucking Graham Potter, and I'd fucking snap your hand off for Graham.
Go on then. What about that then? What about then? If someone said to you, like, obviously we get back to the Prem, you can get Graham Potter straight away. What would you say?
See, I don't like that.
No,
I love Potter. I love Potter. People go, Potter, you see him at Chelsea? I said, we're not Chelsea. We're just getting promoted to the Premier League. Like, chill. Like, we're not Chelsea. You know?
Would you take him over Farke, yes or no?
No, because I feel that you have to give Farke the opportunity. It'd be so unfair. And again, that's my sentimentality FC vibe or whatever. But I just feel he deserves the opportunity. At least, you've got to at least give him 10. Look, and I've said this before. I'm not saying it.
Joe, can you do 10 in the Prem, though? 10 in the Prem. 10 games.
I hear you. But you've got to give him. You can't. Come on, we're having.
I know. Well, I agree. I do. You can't get back to the Premier League. You can't get through the playoffs. That would never ever happen in world football for you to then sack him. But how worst case scenario in the Premier League? Listen, to be fair, we're predicting
10, 15 games. If you're in the relegation zone, you look at his Norwich record and you say, "Yeah, you ain't got it for the Prem, unfortunately, Daniel." Bye.
But you've got to give him that chance.
You have, yeah.
No,
for me, it's a non-starter. It's an absolute non-starter. I think the players you got there, he's built a bond with a lot of them players.
We keep them as well. We keep them, wouldn't we? So
yeah, exactly. I think
here's one though. Sorry, go on. I'll let you finish, and then I'll ask.
Just one thing to say. We played one game against Premier League opposition this season, Chelsea, with half a team out. We could have easily got something from the game. Listen, I know it's coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I saw enough in that game where I thought, you know what? This system can scale up to a higher level. Of course, we've got to recruit. Of course, it's a one-off game. I know all that. But I looked at it and thought, yeah, if we had maybe 3 or 4 in there, 4 or 5 into that starting 11, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm just laughing there at Sly. Sly says his job was to get us promoted. It's a temporary job he would understand.
He's on a 4-year deal.
It's all right. I understand.
He's on a 4-year deal.
I understand. That's just talking shit.
Yeah, Sly,
imagine that. It's all right, lads. I understand.
I think
don't even pay me off. I understand
it as well, though. I think he's like, I want it. He's pretty much said it like 2 or 3 times. I want to crack at the Premier League. He's not here just for the champion. He's done it, people. He's done it. Go on, Joe.
Yeah, just to ask you, because I never thought this would happen, but over the last few weeks, because of the clubs that are mentioned, I have started to slightly change my opinion a bit. Are you worried that Somerville goes even if we get promoted? Because I am a little bit, because of the clubs that are linked in, your Liverpools and Chelsea, and the amount of money they've got, they could still tempt him. Because normally you get us promoted, you give us a season. I also think, as well, you've got to sell when the stock's at the highest. Ooh, if we go up and have a terrible season, right?
Like for Mellier and Bamford.
Well, if we have a terrible season though, and Somerville don't put up amazing numbers, then the fee we can command is probably nowhere near what we could command this summer. So is there a case of if we did get promoted and Chelsea went, here's 50 million, you can't turn that down for me.
On Somerville?
Yeah.
Somerville's the player for me. Listen, I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying, but I look at it. You know, I mentioned Eze and Elise before. Yes. I'm not saying he's going to be that level straight away, but they'd start from somewhere. They'd start from somewhere in terms of that promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. And I do think if we got promoted, I want a lot of our strategy to be signing players from the top end of the Championship, top-end Championship performers, because they adapt to this
Wharton, bro. Well. Wharton came in at January. He's now gone to the Euros.
Exactly. Wharton, Alex Scott's done pretty well at Bournemouth. Yeah. Loads of different examples. Elise Eze.
Bowen, man. Bowen.
You can go through loads. And for me, Somerville, we've got him already kind of thing. And I look at him and think he's the best player in this league for me still, I'd say.
Yeah,
I think he's one of the best Leeds.
Well.
He's like top 5, maybe. Don't remember.
Well,
yeah.
Eze and Elise weren't putting up the numbers that Somerville pull up this season in the Championship. I know it's different teams, etc., but they didn't pull up these level of numbers. It's just something that
Somerville's different gravy though. He's absolutely.
He has to stay gravy for me.
He's so.
I know
good.
what Joe's saying.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying though? Because
I know what you're saying.
Look at Caicedo when Liverpool and Chelsea ended up competing. He ended up going for 115 million or whatever it was. And I just feel that once Chelsea get a player in the sights, it's like this. And I don't know.
I think Caicedo, had he gone Liverpool, it's a different. I mean, it's a totally different story. That, to be honest, I think he'd have been fine at Liverpool. Really good at Liverpool.
Would you be looking at a similar transfer strategy, what we did before, where when Kinnear said that we were almost looking at the cream of the crop of the Championship, never did. Signed Rodrigo instead of Watkins. I'm not going to dwell on that.
Well, for me. That's a strategy.
But would you be looking at doing that if it went up? It'd be like, Joe, I'm interested in what you think as well, mate. What would you be doing?
Another one.
At the fact that we refused side Ben Rama because he took a photo of his haircut. And we were all going, we don't want them people around our club.
Comments on that holiday video.
He's a knobhead.
To be fair, though, that holiday video it wasn't great, was it?
It was, but you also have to accept, like,
Ben Rama.
It's 2024, man. It's 2024 and it was Ben Rama. And I also was like, he's a dickhead. But again, it's that naivety thing of like, you get dickheads, unfortunately.
But Ben Rama, to be fair, he's never actually properly done it at West Ham.
Yeah, but it was a Conference League winner, man, weren't he? And where's he now? Is he playing in France? Is he somewhere? I can't remember. Where's he at now?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to check. He's not still at thing, is he?
No, I think he went in January, did he? I think.
Yeah. Let me have
but
a look.
Look, he was good at West Ham. I'm not going to deny that. But he never kind of really stepped onto the Premier League like I thought he would.
Is it Lyon?
Lyon.
Olympic Lyon, yeah.
They're quite good, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
They're crap,
not bad,
they're actually, they're a champion.
It's got to be the cream of the crop, though, isn't it? It's got to be the cream. We look at like recent history, the cream of the crop from the Championship. Ivan Toney, Ollie Watkins, Buendia. It's Joe loves O'Hare. I've just seen. I like Callum.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I like him, but I mean, he's a dick, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but you want it, Joe.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear. I know he's a dick.
We don't have we don't have enough of that, mate. We don't have enough dicks. We need more dick. Oh no.
Out of context. That is.
The missus is even looking at me, and I've just started saying I need more dicks.
I was going to say something after that, but I thought, good job I didn't actually. Good job I just paused. I just stopped as I was about to.
It is true. It's true though. He could be out. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but it is true, isn't it? In terms of just like going for the cream of the crop, really. Give
us one then. Come on. Let's. Who would you sign if you could sign anyone from Championship? Who are you taking?
Good question.
If we win tomorrow on Sunday, I'd sign Flynn Downs tomorrow.
Oh,
Monday. I'd be getting the bid in for Flynn Downs on Monday.
Ooh.
I'm thinking Ampadu and Downs in that midfield in the Premier League. Bang. Nine seal delivered. Get it done. Really like Flynn Downs. Apart from Sunday when he plays against us, and then I won't be liking him. There's probably other players as well, but yeah.
Who would I go for?
Gabby Sarah's got to be up there as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I've just seen that. There's no way we'd be able to afford Walker Peters, I don't think. And why would you when you've got Sam Byram?
What about something a little bit different? Yeah, he's not actually in the Championship until next season. Gustavo Hamer.
Ashley Barnes. I've just seen
Ashley Barnes.
I would probably go with first person. I'd like Philogene.
Good player.
Billie Jean. I'd like him. Yeah. So I think one of them's going to go.
Oh my God! I've just forgotten the player I've always been talking about. Just come back to Leeds.
Have you got a like an Under Armour on when you go play football?
Yeah, I'm being one of them. It's so cold in this room.
All right, okay.
I've always said.
Do you put it in between your thumbs?
No, I'm not one of them. Not like this.
Then it's like tie off AFTV.
Jack Clark always spoke about coming back. Really like Jack Clark.
I'm not convinced,
So he's in our team. He's playing in an awful Sunderland team, to be fair.
Yeah.
I still go Downs because I think Downs, the fact he's played in the Premier League as well and did quite well for West Ham. I think he'd still be the one I'd look at and go, alongside Ampadu.
I just love it how Leeds. I've seen it in the chat as well. I just love it how Leeds fans are seriously talk. Here's one for you, right? Okay, we'll mention it. Right, see it in the chat already. And I know what one man in this combo is going to say. So I'll address it. Mr. Joe Wainman, Calvin Phillips, yes or no?
100%, man. You know
so
this.
Harrison back. Calvin back.
No, I never said. Whoa, don't put words in my mouth.
Ayling 2-year deal.
Well, listen, most open play assists. Exactly, exactly. No, I would take Calvin. I don't like the fact that that he gets so much disrespect from our fan base.
Oh no, I definitely agree. I'm not surprised. I think Cooper, it'll probably be Cooper if he does play on Sunday at any kind of.
Tell me why you wouldn't take Calvin.
Because he's injury prone, high wage, that's the main one. And he's 29 next year.
No, right, okay. So that's all. I'm talking about the ability of the player. You gave me money, his age, and his injuries. Let's talk about the quality of the player. Yeah, because I had people telling me he's not better than Gruyev, he's not better than Kamara, and he's not better than Ampadu when we were playing well, because everyone gets gassed up. He wouldn't even get... Yeah, I'd have him on bench in Championship, they were telling me. Nah. Take the price, the wage, everything out of it. Tell me what he couldn't bring to this league, to Leeds United, newly promoted in the Premier League.
Of course, but if he's fit, that's the thing. How many times we sign players...
Say he's fit.
If he's fit, you're looking at him and thinking that's a top 10 Premier League midfielder in terms of not a top 10 in the playing for a top 10 club in the Premier League easily. For me that is the case. But you look at the cost.
Is he not the bar Somerville and Nonto? He'd be the best player in our side.
Yeah, of course he would. He was best player in the team.
I think Ampadu would run him close.
Right. Okay. But okay. So he's in there.
But look at Ampadu and Phillips and think, wow, physically that is ridiculous in terms of defending counters, defending. We're not going to have as much of the ball next season, but is he going to be fit? That's the question for me, Joe.
No,
is there any guarantees with his fitness?
Yeah,
that's what we need. That's my biggest concern with it. And I said the same in January.
This chat's unreal. You can tell
it's the fitness.
You can tell they've come from the Just Joe show.
But how many players we signed who there's no guarantees on the fitness? How many players we signed like that?
Jacob, I tell you what, Jacob
Morton hasn't been mentioned.
Oh, mate,
Morton's a good name.
Mate, what a player he is. I liked Jacob Greaves as well, play for Hull. I put Kipre out on socials.
Stop with his Kipre hype.
Yeah, mate. I saw that.
No, I like Kipre.
I saw that.
I've seen you mention it about 4 times. I go, what the fuck's he on?
You don't like Kipre?
No.
He's had a good defensive record this year. Solid. Good goal.
I'd rather take Kyle Bartley, man.
He's only 27. I don't mind Kipre at all. I'm telling you, if you play for Leeds and had a good season, you'd have Kipre.
He's not finished. He's 38.
Man. I'd have a tattoo.
Oh, don't get me going. Me going.
Not now, yeah. It's gone, isn't it? It's gone.
Yeah, there's a lot of names, to be fair, though, isn't there? Yeah. Leandro says the issue with KP is that he can't get rid of the ball quick. He's physical enough, and if he can be fit, he's a good player. He'd fit Farke's system for sure, but he's willing to get... Thing is, just Jesse's system just killed so many players. It killed them. It just killed so many players. That development from Bielsa just... I think a lot of it, I give Meslier quite a lot of flack, but I think a lot of it was what he had to face, in like consecutive coaches after Bielsa. Like that downturn was mental.
Yeah, it was just vibes and words, wasn't it, really? Yeah. Even when you heard his first interview for fucking... When he's speaking in French, man, and French Canadian, all you hear is like... personality... Fight.
La personality.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's like, just words then again, yeah? Just words, okay.
I want to bring Le Endeavor.
Le Endeavor. That's all he said, though.
Yeah. Good to see the band back together.
Someone Sunderland signed 10 years ago who flopped. He's now doing really well in the Champions League game or something.
Mate, I was Sander Berge proing for so years.
Oh, mate, don't get Connor on Sander Berge.
I love
God's
Sander
sake.
Berge. Absolutely died to death. There was something one day that I was apparently loving Josh Brownhill. Wasn't a thing. Just thought he was all right.
He'll be going to Bayern Munich though, Sander Berge. He'll be straight away following.
Do you reckon Company genuinely bring anyone over? Where's? Nah, but do you know what? Matson's probably one to look at.
Yeah, he's fucking playing in the Champions League final. You thought we were getting him in Championship?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Go out
Sancho on the cheeky loan.
Get him on
Man's playing in Champions League. Yeah, but you could have been at Ellen Road.
Get him on loan. You two are permanent.
Lads, I'm going to have to shoot off anyway, boys.
Yeah, we all should. Right,
so much fun.
Yeah, it's been an absolute
pleasure,
boys. We should.
Yeah.
Tom Jansen says Mo is out of contract. Nope. Right, lads. Final score predictions.
Right.
How many times have we done this? It's unbelievable, isn't it?
1-0 either way, so I have to go 1-0 Leeds.
1-0 clean. Oh, clean sheet.
Historically, I think they go 1-0 these playoff finals, don't they, over the last few years? Very tight, cagey
low scoring.
affairs. Yeah, 1-0 Leeds.
Oscar.
They're always low scoring, so I'm going to go 4-3. No, I'm not. I don't think I could do a 4-3. I don't think I could get through a 4-3. 2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. don't clip that as well, you fuckers. Yeah,
the amount of memes from this video alone from Connor is just unreal.
It's 2-1 either way, isn't it? So I'll go Leeds. Yeah, 2-1 Leeds. Bob Young said 3-1, 7-0 Leeds, says Andrew. 3-0 says Ricky. Yeah, Matt Leeds says 2-1, DJ in the 115th minute. Guys,
can you promise me one thing before you go? If we lose, I don't want your first video to be, get this man out now.
I'm not Parker out.
I've got 2 videos ready. It's
I need to
sack
clarify
this man and sack this man. That's the 2 videos
I
you've
am
got.
not Parker out. I am certainly not Parker out. I'm definitely not. Just we have to put a good performance in. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
We can't be getting absolutely totally embarrassed. I can't.
You bottle job, get out of my club now.
Get out of it. I'll turn into Lee Gunner for the night.
The Norwich job's free, you know.
Yeah, sack of the board. There we go. Right, everyone, an absolute pleasure. Oscar, what have you got to promote? Tell us about your F1 channel.
To be fair, not really had much chance to do much with it recently, but during the off season, I will be back at it. Tifosi Nation TV. Got Locks, who a lot of people know. Yeah, to be fair, if we don't win on Sunday, it's going to be very difficult coming back to seeing Locks' face. Considering they're in the Premier League and we're still in the Championship, that might be a bit too much to take. But no, anyway, I'm a Ferrari fan. Locks is a McLaren fan. Bit of rivalry there. And yeah, we're just covering F1 in general, to be honest. And there's been quite a few close races between both teams recently. And yeah, it's good stuff, mate. It's good stuff.
Got something. Maybe it's not come from Joe's channel, mate. Look, Rysel subscribed.
Rysel's
Tifosi Nation TV.
Yeah. So make sure you shout out that. Obviously, we've got All These TV as well, which Oscar's on. I'm sure you all. That's the original birth of
you
us three.
You will get the fan cam of all fan cams for.
For we know. If they get promoted,
quite a bit planned for that. Win, lose or draw, that is going to be a spectacular fan cam. That one.
Mr. Wainman, give us the Stone Cold Steve Austin exit call, mate. What are you doing nowadays? Let us know.
I'll be live just Sunday, mate. I'll probably go early. I'm going to film a preview after this that'll go up tomorrow. I'm having a rest tomorrow, calm before the storm. Pre-record something tonight, put it out, and then just chill day tomorrow. I've got my driving test in the morning, pal. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
get there.
Yeah, hopefully. And then, like I say, Sunday I'll be there live. Probably, I don't know, hour, 2 hours before we might even.
Yeah, you got to do the full day, aren't you?
Might as well, mate. Yeah. And yeah, if we do go up, there will be a promotion party stream, a bit like when we did on All Leeds TV when we were up till about midnight on the beers and that. So watch this space. Yeah, watch this space. Might even get you in live from London. I might send a link.
I was going to say, you've got to do that. Yeah, pen us in. Get us in, mate. Send us a link.
I will do.
I mean, I'm already looking up what time certain pubs open in Covent Garden, and a few are opening at 10. So I'm like, good potential.
You going down with the old man?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's the first game we've been together at where we've not been working, so kind of different rules, mate. Not in a suits this time. It's
about to get Larry. It's gonna get fucking Larry.
Make sure he keeps his clothes on this time, Oscar, please.
How are you? What's your plan, Connor?
Yeah, mate. Oscar just mentioned it there. I'm actually getting in 40 minutes after him at Euston tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So, heading down there, mate. We managed to get 2 tickets. So, me and my brother managed to get 2 tickets, but we're on opposite ends of in the ground. We're on opposite ends, so I'm just going to be by myself on one side. He's on the other. So to be fair,
with the Leeds fans, man.
That's what I said, Joe. I said you've been down there. We've all been down there. You just make friends with who you're around, don't you? Like that always happens. So I'm not really asked about that, but
they're always like that. There's that dickhead YouTuber.
I know that's coming. Yeah, I know that's coming.
Nah, man.
Probably get my head kicked in
Connor,
by Ronnie Thompson.
Nah, if you see Connor, make sure you go over and say hello. Same goes for Oscar, because do you know what? I don't know if you get this. I get so many messages after the fact saying, saw you in town. I say, well, why didn't you come say hello? Don't know, I bottled it. Just come and fucking say hello, just normal folks. I genuinely went to Halifax and someone seen me buying some beef dripping at the butcher's and went, I saw you buying beef dripping. And I was like, well, why didn't you come and say hello? Do you know what I mean? Bottled it.
I love how specific that is. Like, I saw you buying beef dripping.
Do you know what dripping is, lads?
Yeah.
Connor, you will, right? Yorkshire, yeah? So my lass didn't have a clue. So I gave it with a bit of salt on bread and she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I went to butcher's.
Where's she from?
She's from up here, Chesterley Street.
Okay.
She's from North East. So we went in the butcher's other day and I asked for it and he went, oh, we don't do that here. And he went, bloody hell, you're a bit too young for that, aren't you? I went, it's because I'm from Yorkshire. We still eat war-torn food in Yorkshire. You know what I mean? We're all tight. Do you know?
It's well, I've just got the note from my missus, a dirty mank, that she doesn't know what it is either. So there you go.
Oh, really? Right, okay. Mucky fat, yeah.
Mucky fat, yeah.
Get her some this weekend. She'll. Oh, it's a delicacy.
Do you want some mucky fat? You're all right. Okay.
In face. Wow.
So, Jal, I live in London. Come down to my house, Connor and Oscar. That sounds quite odd there, Oscar. But
have you seen the hotel prices in London, mate?
Yeah, I'm not staying at hotels, mate. I'm staying at a mate's. Screw that.
Oh, see, I am to be fair as well.
You staying in a hotel?
No, with a mate.
Look at these two mates in London and that. Ooh, London.
Yeah, well, you could have come down, but it's watch-alongs, isn't it?
See what I mean? Priorities. Oh.
I'm joking. What did Jesse J say? It's all about the money. It's money. I'm joking. I'm just joking, man.
Definitely joking.
He's not. All he talks to me about is money.
I need some new sandals, man.
When are you going away, Joe? Anyway,
I'm going away in 4th of June, mate, just for 4 nights. I haven't been away for a couple of years, so it's going to be nice. I went and bought some co-ords today. I think that's what they're calling them these days. You know,
co-ords? What do you like?
Co-ords, the shirt and short matchy combos. Do you know?
Never heard of that.
Your lassie's going, she knows what a co-ord is. Your lassie's telling you,
it's like we're speaking French here. What, like a twin set?
Yeah, co-ords they're called, aren't they?
Have you heard of
co-ords? Not heard that one.
Has your lass heard it?
She's there like, yes, I've heard it.
Yeah, exactly, because
she's looking at me. She's looking at me going, I've heard of it, you silly cunt.
Yeah, we've got drip, you see. So I've got my new co-ords with my new Doc Martens sandals just sat there like that.
I can imagine you having sort of an outfit for every single day.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Have you got a hat?
Connor, I've seen you do streams in Spain with your dash shades on and you're tucking shirt unbuttoned, so don't come with that. Like that. Now then, sat there.
Shaved chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear. Right.
God.
I guess we've got to end it, lads. We've got to end it. It's been an absolute. But I will say this, and I'm sorry, I'm going to offend everyone, but it's been my favourite stream of the year. I have to say, no disrespect to anybody else. It's been an absolute blast. It feels like we've got promoted already. But
I can see Gabe typing as we speak on WhatsApp. WhatsApp group.
Yeah, he'll be fuming. But lads, it's been an absolute pleasure. As I say, I will edit Joe's link in the description below and Oscar's for all Leeds TV as well. And what's it called, Oscar? I can't say it. What
Tifosi Nation TV.
Tifosi.
Tifosi.
Yeah, but how do you say it? Are you saying Tifosi?
Tifosi.
Yo, that's not say. You just said Tifosi.
How weird, man. How weird, mate. It's Tifosi Nation, like.
It's Tifosi Nation, man. Just sounds like a club. Right, okay, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you in a bit. Cheers. Bye-bye.